G'day guys, Champ Chong here with an old school gameplay commentary type of video where today I'll be going in depth with quite a few things and talking about the newly announced PS4 Pro, which was known by the codename the PS4 Neo, and I'll also be talking about the Xbox Project Scorpio, which is due to be out in 2017. So if you do enjoy today's video, please remember to smack that like button and let's get started with this video. Okay, so first off, I'm going to just quickly mention that the PS4 Pro will have 4.2 teraflops of processing power, while Xbox has stated that this Scorpio will have 6 teraflops. But it does get a lot more interesting than just that, so I'll dive into everything in a moment, but first off, I need to give my opinion on something. And it's something that may make a few people out there a little angry, but it's my opinion, and it's that, personally, I'm not sure if buying either of these consoles is a wise move. That goes for both people who have a PS4 Xbox One right now, or the people who have yet to upgrade from the Xbox 360 and PS3. Looking at the tech in these new consoles, from what we do know and everything that we've heard from the inside information, all signs point towards needing a 4K television with HDR, which is high dynamic range, and also a low latency 4K HDR TV to get the best experience out of a PS4 Pro. And that's most likely the same thing going forward with the Xbox Scorpio. So if you don't have a 4K TV with HDR and low latency, you're not going to get that good of an experience most likely. You still will, no matter what, but you're not going to get the ultimate experience, which is what they're trying to sell. Think about this. Realistically, buying a 4K TV with HDR and low latency is pretty difficult. You'd have to really do your research. You can't just go to the store and go, oh, look at that 4K TV. It's pretty cheap, 60 inches. Okay, I'll grab that. So yeah, that's not very easy. You actually have to do a bit of research to figure out what's the best TV. Now you find that TV, you also buy a PS4 Pro or maybe even the Xbox Scorpio, and then it turns out to probably be just as expensive as buying a pretty powerful PC or maybe even just building it for yourself. It just seems weird that you need the perfect TV to get the best out of these upgraded consoles to get what's essentially just a minor upgrade at the end of the day. I personally just don't see these new consoles as what they're meant to be, this new amazing leap forward. I feel like it really is what they are kind of saying they are, which is a half generational leap, but then again I think about it and I'm like, wait, this feels more like what these consoles should have been from the get-go. Like the Xbox One should have been what the Scorpio is going to be, and also the PS4 should have been the Pro. I feel like they half-assed from the very beginning, and now they're trying to make up for it, but they're kind of doing it in this mobile sort of way, like the iPhone 7, 7S or 6, 6S, you know? They're kind of doing these half-generational leaps, and I don't know if it's a wise move for the console generation because it may leave some gamers in the dust, and this is just my personal opinion. On top of that, we're in a very awkward stage in technology with televisions. Not too many people have upgraded to 4K, and not too many television manufacturers have 4K televisions that are affordable, that have HDR in them, which is just going to give you that much better of an experience overall with games especially. So yeah, I just don't know if I believe that these consoles are heading in the right direction. It seems that Sony and Microsoft are focusing on 4K a little too much in my opinion. It just seems like they're doing these half-gen new consoles, focusing on 4K instead of making the games look better and making them run better. But yeah, as I said, and I've said many times, please don't hate me, that's just my opinion. But now let's get to the facts at hand and see what we do have with the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox Project Scorpio. As I stated earlier, the Xbox Scorpio will have 6 teraflops of computing power just to render 4K graphics. And that's some pretty crazy stuff right there to think about. It won't just be capable of 4K resolution on the system, it's also going to run at 60 frames per second from the get-go, which is pretty nice. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the PS4 Pro will come in at 4.2 teraflops of power, and then it's going to be also using the AMD Radeon-based GPU. Now, on paper, this seems like it is a lot less powerful, which it kind of is, but from what we've actually seen Sony provide to the public right now at this very time, and the gameplay and all that stuff, the games do look like they run a lot better. They do look beautiful in person. That's what I've heard from a friend of mine that went to the event. And yeah, I think even though it is less powerful, games are going to be, especially cross-platform games, are going to have to run on both pretty well. Just like we saw how the Xbox One was a lot less powerful than the PS4. At the end of the day, you didn't notice too much of a difference on either one. It just came down to lighting and a few little things like maybe a dip in frame rate at certain parts of games. Now, both consoles are going to have 4K HDR video streaming, so if you're watching Netflix or something like that over the internet, you're going to be able to watch stuff in 4K, and it's going to use HDR, which is nice. But the odd thing is, Sony decided to not put a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray player into its system. So that's kind of weird right there, because Sony made Blu-ray and they didn't put that in there, but the Xbox Project Scorpio does have that in there, so that gives it an extra point right there. And on top of that, the little guy, Xbox One S, it also has a Blu-ray player that does 4K Ultra HD, so it's kind of weird that a console that's already out and it's kind of like a half-gen back has that in there, but the PlayStation doesn't. So it's kind of odd, as I said, but then again, I don't see too many people going for physical media in the future. Personally, I'm shifting towards all digital, and I watch most of my video content online without actually buying discs anymore. Like, seriously, think about it. How often do you actually buy yourself a Blu-ray disc? I used to be addicted to that. You can watch my old videos back in the day. I used to always get Blu-ray, but it's just not that appealing anymore. You want to just stream content if you've got the internet to do so. So yeah, I'm not too sure why Sony didn't put the Blu-ray player in there. Maybe it's just to cut some cost, but then again, you never know what it comes down to. But moving away from that, because that's not too big of a deal, to something more important, and that is CPU and memory. Back at E3, Microsoft did confirm that Project Scorpio will have an octa-core processor, but they didn't mention the clock speed or anything like that. However, the PS4 Pro will also have an octa-core CPU, the x86 64 Jaguar chip. Now, the interesting thing is Sony also didn't mention the clock speed, so that gets a bit interesting right there. But also, previous speculation has suggested that each core will run at 2.1 gigahertz. Now, another thing that Microsoft is yet to confirm about the Xbox Scorpio is its RAM. Now, the Project Scorpio is rumored to have GDDR5 RAM. However, the PlayStation 4 Pro has confirmed that. Now, Sony has confirmed it at E3. It's official, but as I said, Microsoft is yet to state exactly as to what we will see, but most likely they'll have the same. That's pretty much all that we do know right now about all the internal stuff regarding both of these systems, so that's where I'll keep it right there at this very time. Both in the way are very similar. I would say that the Xbox One's Project Scorpio does have an edge. However, it does come out like a year later possibly, and it could cost a lot more because of the hardware that's in it, or I guess that's potentially in it. But it should be interesting to see how games officially do run on both once they are out. So I'm excited. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this more in-depth video, and sorry for the terrible gameplay. I'm just not that good. But anyway, leave me comments down below on your thoughts, and also smack the like button if you did enjoy this video. Subscribe if you're a brand new viewer, and I will see you in the next one.